Hey yo, this your boy Chuck D, man. Today's date, I'm sure it's the 18th of March in 2022, but we're gonna get right to it. I wanted to discuss the NFL free agency, and I ain't gonna do every team right now, but we are gonna do it by division, and I am gonna put out one of these every day until we're done with the entire NFL. So the first division I wanted to start off with is one that's looking like the strongest in free agency right now, and that's the AFC West. And in the AFC West, we got the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders. I'll start with the Raiders since they picked up the most. And what their team needs were the Raiders, we all know, we watch football. The Raiders need an offensive line, maybe one or two receivers, cornerback, a defensive line. Mostly just they need an offensive line and some defense on that team. But they went out and they grabbed a couple of players. They grabbed two defensive ends. Well, they re-signed Max Crosby and they added Chandler Jones. They re-signed a defensive tackle. They got two new cornerbacks, Anthony Everett and Rock Ya-Sin. Rock Ya-Sin. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool name. I like it. I'm gonna tell you what. The Raiders acquired Davante Adams, and I feel like it was kind of unnecessary, right? Davante Adams, he's a really good receiver, right? But with a really good receiver like that, you need a really good quarterback throwing it to him, and I'm just not sold on Derek Carr even after all these years. He just not doing it for me. Derek Carr throwing to Davante Adams, it just doesn't seem right. Hopefully the Raiders and Raiders fans, they get what they were asking for when they got Davante Adams, but they still need so much more, man, to beef that D-line and that O-line up. It's just, I probably wouldn't have wasted my time there. I actually really don't even like talking about the Raiders, because they just fail every time they try to do something. The Raiders haven't been good since the early days, man. And, well, my early days. You know, I ain't that old, but my early days. Raiders haven't really been doing good, man. Whether it's in the free agency, the draft, trades, they just don't. They never. They get the lowest of the low, except for Davante Adams and Chandler Jones. Those were actually two really good pickups, man. I'm low key proud of the guys for picking those two people up. Let's just hope that they can get the coaching strategy and the coaching skills to match those two players. And let's hope for Derek Carr to step it up this year, because you're getting everything that you need. Let's hope that you can accomplish some things. Then we're gonna move on to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the defending division champs. They win a lot, and they need so much on defense, so much. They need linebackers. They need edge rushers. They need tackles. They need safety help. They need corners. So far, they haven't grabbed any of that except for Justin Reed. And they re-signed Frank Clark. They got an offensive tackle in Orlando Brown. But let's be honest here. That's not enough. The Chiefs putting a franchise tag on Orlando Brown. Re-signing Frank Clark, or signing him to a max contract, and then signing Justin Reed. Listen, there's things that the Chiefs need to do to get back on top where they were of the AFC. And, I mean, I know it's early in free agency, and I know we got a long way to go to the season start, but they're getting off to a pretty bad start right now, and it's a lot of things that the Chiefs could do and need to do to get back. And again, it's still early, so I will be updating these, by the way, periodically throughout free agency, all the way until the season start, all the way to the end of the trade deadline. I will be updating these. So this conversation now is just a little conversation piece, giving you an idea of where some of these teams are. And again, some teams haven't done too much of anything yet, but then a lot of them have, you know. And so if you hear your team's name get called, and I'm telling you how bad they kind of do, and, you know, they may suck a little bit, or their free agency acquisitions kind of don't match their team needs. Again, it's early, so don't freak out about that kind of stuff. Next, I want to move to the Chargers. They re-signed Mike Williams. They got some defensive tackles. Christian Covington, Austin Johnson. They went and got Khalil Mack. Went and got a cornerback in J.C. Jackson. And they're really covering everything that they need in free agency, man. They need some edge defenders. They got that. They got some defensive tackles. They got a corner. Only thing they're missing really is some offensive tackles because they need to protect that young quarterback. Justin Herbert is actually pretty dope. He's actually probably going to lead the charge when it comes to the young quarterbacks. All they need to do is get them some protection, some good receivers, and keep building that defense. They build that defense because, again, you got Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. You got them cats rushing, man. You're going to get a lot of turnovers, man. You're going to get a lot of forced turnovers, a lot of strip fumbles, a lot of a lot of early throws, a lot of balls thrown early, man. You're gonna get that in that team. But again, I still feel like that the Chargers are not done. So we'll see who they go out there and they grab with the running backs. And you got a young running back, but we'll see what else they do. Last but not least, which is a team I really wanted to cover while I was doing this, because they made the trade for Russell Wilson. I don't know what Seattle was thinking when they made that trade. Maybe they're trying to rebuild. Maybe they're trying to get younger. I'll be covering them in just a couple of short days here. But it's no way you trade a quarterback of Russell Wilson's caliber and release Bobby Wagner. It's just no way. And all Russell Wilson really wanted was an offensive line in Seattle, and he would have never complained. But guess what the Broncos doing? They went out there, they started building this offensive line. They got defensive ends out there. They went and got some defensive tackle, linebackers. And their linebackers may not be the best of the best, but those are some pretty good linebackers. I'm gonna tell you now, I'll be grading these teams at the end of free agency once everything is locked in and solidified. I'll be giving a grade. But for now, we're gonna just blindly say, well, not blindly, I guess. I don't want to use the word blindly. Right now, we'll just be saying what they received and who they're signing and the potential signings and things like that. And we'll be going over this for the next couple of months. And once everything is locked in and the season starts, I'll be giving and the draft is over and everything, I'll be giving a grade. So far, the team I think is going to take this division is maybe the Chargers, with the Broncos coming in second, Chiefs coming in third, and the Raiders, I'm sorry, but you'll finish last in the division. But here's the thing. Why are the Chiefs finishing last when they were just finishing third when they were just defending division champs? It's because the Chiefs aren't going out getting the things that they actually need. You have to be able to protect your quarterback, and they're not really doing that. He's having to scramble just about every play. You got Patrick Mahomes doing his little floppy arm run, and he's not being protected. He's having to scramble way too much to have a rocket cannon arm like he does. They're also not building this defense. And this is all just early. Like I keep saying, I'm going to keep repeating it. This is all early statements for right now, because we'll see what they do. You're not getting out there building any solid defense where you'll be able to get to the opposing quarterbacks, the forced turnovers, and things of that nature. You're dancing around the things that you actually need in Kansas City, and that is not a good sign early on in this. And again, Russell Wilson, my favorite team is the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson getting traded to the Broncos, things may change. I'm just going to say that. But why don't I think that the Broncos will finish first? They very well could. But the way the Chargers are building this defense, they're going to get to a lot of quarterbacks very fast, depending on how Khalil Mack come to play this year. He's getting a little older. So is Russell Wilson, but quarterbacks, we notice they age a little slow as far as the sport goes. But the Raiders, like I said, the reason they're going to always finish last is because I just do not believe in Derek Carr. I don't believe that he can complete and win most of those division games. I think that he'll lose 80% of the division games, and I think they'll finish bottom of the lineup. But I'm really want to see what the Broncos do going forward. I mostly want to see what the Chargers do going forward, building around this young quarterback, getting a core around the defense, making sure that everything is everything, and hopefully this division comes out as the strongest division in the NFL, like I'm thinking they will. So far, the Chargers are getting a B+ from me. The Broncos are getting a B. The Chiefs will get a C for now. And oddly enough, out of all the things I said, the Raiders are still trying to build a team, so they will be getting a B from me as well. Tell me what y'all think. I'm going to leave the Q&A open. Just give me your thoughts. Thank you.